The following program is a production of WLRN.
And now on ArtStreet, we show you a man who turned his love for travel and photography into a lucrative business. Meet Alan Benowitz.
Alan has traveled the world capturing images. One of 4 children of deaf parents in Brooklyn, New York, he, along with his siblings, was placed in a children's home because his mother could no longer care for them. The children's home had a photographic darkroom, which sparked Alan's interest.
And my interest early on was in black and white photography, and I took candid photographs of the other children, obviously without them knowing it, which brought about some interesting results.
Alan became a court reporter and started his on-court reporting firm in Miami. He was the first in the nation to perform a videotape deposition.
While I did not invent the videotape technology, I applied its application to the legal profession for the purpose of absentee witnesses, and my camera segued from the courtroom to the street and then ultimately to the world.
Alan prefers to shoot on film rather than digital.
Because I really am satisfied with the color saturation, the density, and the texture that I can accomplish. Texture and depth are my trademarks. I'll convert to digital when Kodak no longer supports film. I use a Canon Elan 7NE 35mm camera, as well as a Contax rangefinder with Carl Zeiss lenses.
Alan had his first showing at the Mayfair in Coconut Grove back in 2003. 175 people showed up for the opening, and Alan was very encouraged by the event.
As a result, I traveled on my own and also with the Miami Ski Club on non-ski trips.
Alan was invited by King Mohammed VI to photograph the Museum de Tantan annual festival in Morocco, which celebrates World Heritage for Peace.
And when he flew us from JFK, well, when we got to Agadir, we had really great experiences. I was able to photograph the occupations of the people, their poverty, their customs, and then he took us to a town called Tantan. We were greeted by 20,000 tribesmen with their Arabian horses and camels, and it was just a very thrilling experience for me.
Alan's passion evolved from landscapes, wildlife, people, adventure travel, and finally, architecture.
One of my more interesting experiences was going to Cappadocia, north of Istanbul, Turkey. There's an underground village 8 stories deep, and the conical formations above were shaped by water and by wind and sand over centuries. And as late as 1951, 15,000 people dwelled in those caverns.
Alan was emotionally touched by the many impoverished-stricken people he witnessed during his travels, especially in Cuba.
I found the people to be very kind, gentle, intelligent, and also very poor. I photographed their occupations, their way of living, their poverty. I became attracted to the automobiles and the cars of Cuba, which are still running from the 50s. The Cuban people have a great talent for creativity. They make their own parts, replacement parts, and they're really beautiful.
But one that really stands out is a woman, a Santeria, who has all the beads and things, and she's smoking this huge cigar, like this big, and with a background, very yellow. I mean, the thing just really pops and stands out. I mean, as soon as I saw it at one of his exhibitions, I said to myself that if I was going to get one photograph, that's the one I would get. And in fact, I did.
Alan does not work with Photoshop or any other digital photo enhancement software. He does all his effects in camera.
This is a multiple exposure taken at Yad Vashem, the Holocaust Memorial Museum, and this could be taken to personify a ghetto victim and perhaps his ghost mother and ghost sister. Now, while this was taken in Israel, it's a multiple exposure in 2 cities.
Alan also serves on the board of directors at the Bakehouse Art Complex, which is now on the studio tour for Art Basel.
And it's really my way of giving back to the arts community, just as the proceeds from the sale of some of my work are donated to the Children's Home Society. Also, serving as a board member of Foster Care Review is equally gratifying because, considering my background, it's my way of giving back because of the opportunities I've had over the years.
Alan's photos are presently on display at the Adolph and Rose Levis Jewish Community Center in Boca Raton. Also at the Miami Magic City Casino, featuring his work from Cuba. He recently had a showing at the Borinquen Healthcare Project in the Miami Design District.
It really incorporates the global aspect of it, what I call internationalism, by digging deep into the roots of different cultures. And he puts his lens and gives that to us to look at it in a very clean lens.
I think he's a really talented person we're so lucky to have in Miami.
I find it very satisfying to be able to give back to the arts community and to children's causes because of my roots, which I find extremely gratifying.